All right, hello everyone. Eric Marks here again with findingmiddleearth.com, and today I'm going to be doing my first unboxing that I've done in quite a while, and it's going to be of a new camera. That's right, it's the Sony a7R Mark III and the Sony Zeiss 24-70 f4. So before you pause my video or turn it off, no, I did not switch to Sony. Thanks so much to B&H Photo for sending out these two items for me to review for all of you. So before we move forward, I want to take like I'm going to see if I can squeeze it into a minute and a half. I want to take the next minute and a half to explain this, okay? Because most gear review channels don't explain how everything works. And I want to be completely honest and upfront with you how this is going to work so that there's no like fear of under the table money getting thrown at me or anything like that. So, as you guys know, lots of channels on YouTube have affiliate links where they might work with a certain brand or a certain camera company or whatever, and if you click the link, they get commission and, you know, good deal. I didn't want to work with a specific brand, especially like a partnership with the brand, because long term, that would make me feel pressured to always say good things about that. So if I was bought by Sony or if I was bought by Nikon, I would just feel subconsciously pressured to say good things about them because I'm technically partnered with them, right? Affiliated with them. I didn't want that. So I wanted to be partnered with a camera store, all right? I wanted to centralize myself to a camera store because if I say something bad about a Sony camera or a Nikon camera or a Canon camera, it's not gonna hurt their feelings because they're just the camera store. They're just the middleman that sells the stuff. So I wanted to do that so that I could remain completely organic and honest and upfront, and I can still give you guys stuff that I hate about the camera and stuff that I love about it. I want to stay honest always on this channel, always, and I always want to be honest with you guys. So the partnership that I was talking about last video that I was trying to get with the camera store, I got it. Thanks so much to one of my YouTube friends. I'm not going to say his name just in case he doesn't want me to, but one of my YouTube friends is partnered with this store, and I asked him if he could kind of get my foot in the door and let me talk to some people. So I am officially kind of an entry-level partner. I'm on a trial run right now with B&H Photo, the camera store in New York City, one of the largest camera stores and online retailers. That's where I buy 99% of my stuff, so I thought it's a good place to go for me to ask for a partnership. And all that means is that they give me a certain cap on how much gear I can get from them every 30 days. And I get to keep the gear for 30 days to review it, and then I send it back, and then after those 30 days have gone by, I can ask for more gear. And since I'm kind of an entry-level partner, and we're still kind of exploring this partnership to see if it's beneficial for them as well as me, they're obviously putting a cap on how much I can get. So that answers your question why I didn't get the A7R III and a bunch of G Master lenses, because they capped me off, which is good for them because they don't know me yet, right? We don't have a strong relationship. So let me tell you guys how you can help with that, because in the future I'd love to be able to get a Sony a7 III in front of you and a GFX 50R that's coming out and an XT3 and have this big camera comparison. The way to do that is through clicking my affiliate links below. Now, what does that mean for you? That does not mean that you're getting ripped off or snaked into doing something. It's simply letting B&H Photo know that my partnership with them is helping drive them traffic. Whether you choose to buy anything or not, that's completely up to you, and I would never pressure you to do so. I just ask that if you do need to buy camera gear, you end up having to buy it somewhere, and if you already buy it at B&H Photo, just click one of my links below, and it really helps them know, hey, this partnership is good. Maybe we can explore, you know, growing it and giving him a bigger cap on how much gear he can get, and maybe we can send him more cameras and better gear and bigger gear, and it's just going to lead to bigger. It's going to lead to bigger and better things in the future, so that I can get the latest and the greatest cameras in front of you guys and give you guys my opinions and do really nice, thorough reviews. So I wanted to, that was longer than a minute and a half, I know, but I wanted to be really upfront and honest with you guys about what's going on here so that there's no speculation if I'm in bed with some company and getting money under the table. It's just super organic. I had a 2-hour conversation with B&H and asked them everything, like every question I could think of. Like, look, if I hate a camera, can I just say that I hate it and recommend that they don't buy it? They're like, yeah, sure. Then just put one of our affiliate links into a camera that you do recommend. I'm like, great. This gives me perfect freedom because I can still get gear in for free to review for 30 days at a time, but I don't have to like it. I don't have to pretend like I like it because I would never do that. I can't do that. So yeah, all right, here we go. This is the unboxing of the Sony a7R Mark III and my first impressions on it, and then the Sony 24-70. Now, why did I go with the 24-70 other than not being able to really get my hands on a G Master lens right now? I am taking these to Disney World very soon, and I thought that Disney World would be a great place to kind of test this out because I do a very good balance between family photos and some video, and then my like professional long exposures at night. And I do a lot of stuff at Disney that, you know, 2,000 or 3,000 frames worth of stuff. So it'd be a really good place to test it out. And the G Master 24-70, to be quite honest, is something I would never take to Disney because the G Master is much bigger. It's like the size of my Nikon 24-70. So this tiny little 24-70 would actually be the lens I'd probably prefer to take to Disney because it is just tinier and lighter. I don't want some huge kit. Anyway, here we go. So you have the manuals and papers, don't need that. You have this little power cord. Not sure what that's for yet. Not a Sony guy, so I apologize. In the box, it looks like that. Got the A7 strap, which I'm not gonna use. And then we have the camera body. I'm gonna dig out some batteries in a second. Here we go. What are my initial thoughts? All right. Oh, not as bad as I thought. All right, here's my initial thoughts. My pinky has nowhere to go. That's my biggest complaint with these, and it's why I've always said I'm not a huge fan of the ergonomics. That being said, this is the first time I've held the Sony A7R Mark III, or the A7 III build type. I did have an A7R Mark II, but it didn't feel quite like this. This feels a little different, a little bit heavier, I think, and a little bit deeper, like a wider chassis on this. The grip is nice, but again, if I just had somewhere to put my pinky, I'd be a lot happier. All right, just after touching it, I'm just kind of like, just being like a little kid touching all the buttons. So after touching it here, I can tell you that immediately I can tell you that this is the nicest joystick I've ever used on any camera. I like how big it is. It feels better than my D850. It feels way better than the XT2. I like it. I like the size of that big joystick. It sinks my thumb right into it, and it feels really nice. So I like the big joystick is nice. The buttons don't feel quite as cheap as they used to. Let's see, the buttons on the back, like the AF on, the AEL buttons here, they don't feel like they have a lot of push. Like if I push them, I can feel that they're clicking in, but they don't, you know, they're not like these custom function buttons here at the top, C2 and C1. I can really tell when they're being pushed, which I like that. Those are nice. So the AF on button, not a huge fan of. It's at kind of a funky angle. Yeah, it's okay. The screen, okay, we just have that same little screen that the Sonys and the Fujis always have. That's okay. I've heard of this one's a touch screen, so I'm going to play with that. I'll let you guys know. The viewfinder looks absolutely massive. I think I'm going to like that. I'm impressed with that. I like the viewfinder, like the size of it at least. It's comfortable to my eye, I'll say that. Oh, look at this. There's a little switch. Aha, dual card slots. That's the key. That's been the hashtag of the week, hasn't it, with all the new camera releases, dual card slots. I like that there's a little switch like that. I do like that, how it just kind of flips open. Okay, I like that. Yeah, so, you know, ergonomically, I'm just never been a huge fan of these, but I'm really excited to test it. I mean, it's a full frame camera. We know these are great technology. With Sony, you either love it or you hate it, and I've kind of been that 1% that's in the gray area where I think they take brilliant images and they can do amazing things, but I just always felt like Sony's not really for me. That's why I wanted to try this out. I did a poll on my YouTube channel asking people what camera they wanted me to try, like a Sony or a Fuji, and it almost tied with people wanting me to get the Fuji X-H1 or one of the Sony cameras. And since the X-T2 and the X-H1 have basically the same sensor, I opted to go for the Sony because it's just different. And it's a full frame mirrorless, so I went with that. Let's take a look at the lens here real quick. So yeah, I think that's gonna be fun to play around with, I really do. I'm excited about it because I wanna play around with it for you know, a few days in Disney World and see how much I like it or don't like it. And I can give you guys a full review in a couple weeks here. I'm gonna keep it for, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it for the full 30 days because I'm gonna use it a whole lot over the next couple weeks. Oh, nice little leather lens bag. So yeah, I'm gonna use it a lot over the next couple of weeks. So because of that, I think in a couple weeks I'll be able to give you guys a really good, firm, full review on it. All right, here's the lens. Yeah, so see that's much more hand-holdable and theme park worthy than the G Master lens, which I have held before in like a Best Buy, and it's massive, which is fine. But for Disney World, this is gonna be a dream team pairing for me because it just is. I like the lightweight. Now, a lot of people I know don't like this lens. I've heard a lot about this lens. This is like Sony's softest lens and their worst lens, you know, whatever. It's no big deal with me. That's great. That's perfect. It feels like there's nothing on the end of the camera. So I'm gonna like that. I'm gonna like that pairing. Full frame, 24-70, which is the perfect versatile focal length for a family vacation. And I'm gonna be doing some business while I'm down there as well. So I'm gonna put it to the test. I'm gonna see what this thing has. Sony a7R Mark III 24-70 lens. I'm excited, guys, because I didn't have to buy it. This is great. I've always had to buy all the gear I've reviewed, and if I didn't like it, I would just sell it. But this is a great way where I can remain just as honest as I would be if I bought it, except I can send it back and keep getting more stuff so that I can keep answering your questions, which is wonderful. So anyway, thank you guys so much, seriously, for all the support you always give to me over the years. That is what has gotten me to this point, to be able to get this partnership, right? My subscriber count, all the view. I'll tell you one thing they said. What B&H told me, I forget the name of the guy that told it to me because I talked to two guys. One of the guys said, you know, Eric, you don't have as many subscribers as we'd like, but he said, when I started looking at your viewer engagement, I was so impressed. And that's so true. You guys are just awesome. You guys engage with me so much, and I always comment back as soon as I possibly can. And the engagement that we have is just something special that I will always cherish, even when I have tens and thousands of more subscribers than this. I will always try to respond to everyone, even if it kills me. So, yeah, I'm excited to try this out. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions or anything that you specifically want me to try out, let me know. I'm just taking this to Disney, but when I get back, I'll have it with my D850, so I can do some D850 comparisons if you want me to. Let me know in the comments what you guys specifically want me to test. I'll write it down on a notepad and make sure I touch as many as I can. And yeah, there you go. That's about it. That's all I have. I feel like this is kind of dragging on already for an unboxing video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.